Hola.
Hello. What up? Dude, fourth interview.
Fourth interview.
We've had 2 boys, and now we're about to have our second girl. So excited.
So exciting.
Okay, so you guys know Haley.
Brittany.
Passionista Sisters, what up? Make sure you click the subscribe button for YouTube. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. We are interviewing another actress today of Passionflix. We're interviewing the lovely Jordan Price. She plays Samantha in Dirty Sexy Saint. She is beautiful. She is funny. She is awesome. So excited.
So sweet.
So excited to meet her. She's been so supportive of our page since our first live, I think, before we even created Passionista Sisters. She was like, you guys need to have a Passionflix talk show.
It was our very first live together, and she was like, you guys just need your own show. I'm
like, thanks. And then what do you know? Like months later, we have our own Instagram, we have our own YouTube, all of it.
All of it.
All of the things. But yeah, we're super excited. Super pumped to talk to her. Again, we're just so grateful and thankful that these actors are taking time out of their schedules to sit and talk to us for just even a little bit, especially because I think with fall now, more restrictions are being lifted. So more like the actors are starting to get more availability to start going out and doing their thing now. So
yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But and it's funny because it's like they have been so like I didn't get quarantined for 6 months. Like I didn't work from home. I worked the whole time during it. So I couldn't even imagine being cooped up for 6 months with nothing to do, because obviously you can't like go to sets and you can't do anything. So I couldn't even imagine being cooped up because I don't know what I would do.
Well, especially like with so many restrictions on it, it's like I couldn't imagine like when am I gonna go back to work with all these restrictions, especially on a Passionflix movie. There's a lot of touching.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on in Passionflix.
A lot of touching, a lot of hugging, a lot of caressing,
a lot of loving.
And you can't do that during COVID.
No.
Well, I mean you can, but it's frowned upon.
Well, thankfully though, I believe that they are trying to cast for quickies.
Mm-hmm.
So, because quickies don't require a full-on like movie set crew. You only need like a handful of people.
Yeah. I think Tosca said it just needs technically like a director and like a sound guy, and probably like a production assistant and stuff like that.
So not a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
And you won't really have like a whole lot of extras to like fill in gaps of like being in public or like, you know, whatever. Like you only need just like a few little people in the back, and then so hopefully Brittany and I can be one of them.
I would gladly order a cup of coffee from somebody or something, you know, it's fine.
Just sit in a cafe or something and just like
Well, speaking of that, I'm gonna pull a Lauren.
Is she here?
We have someone in the waiting room.
Oh no! We must let her in.
I must enter Lauren. Okay, I'm letting her in now.
You may enter.
You may enter.
You may enter.
I totally had to pull a Lauren. Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Are we all here? Okay. Hi. Hi, Haley. Oh, Mohawk. Sorry, he's saying hi. Mo, hello. Hi.
Mohawk. Hi,
Bye-bye.
Mohawk. Hello. Oh, he's so cute. I love him.
Cute.
Hi, Guy. Okay, you have to shush now. You have to shush now. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay.
Hanging in. Yeah.
Yeah. I had some tapings today, so
Yeah.
thank you for pushing that back. It's like I'm so grandma with technology, and now I have to like upload everything and like cut it and put it in a file. Like I'm terrible at all of it. So it takes me forever.
It's okay. It took us forever to
Technology's got
figure
us.
out Zoom and how it works. So
Yeah, I know. Cheers to October.
I know, yeah.
Coffee and having late coffee. But yay, I'm so happy it's Halloween time.
Same. I just decorated my apartment last night. I was like, I know that October's tomorrow, but I'm gonna just do it early because I like it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I have a friend that decorated September 1st. She like went all out and she decorated her whole apartment like a haunted house. And she was like, I don't care, it's September. Like, I need 2 months of Halloween.
There you go. I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and we, by the way, love your dark hair.
Oh,
thanks.
It's super cute.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I feel more myself. I really liked being blonde. It was like, it's funny how it really does kind of change your perception of yourself a little bit. But it feels good to just have it, back to natural.
Yeah, because you're naturally dark anyway, right?
This is my color. Yeah, this is almost, the girl did such a good job. This is like exactly, it's like almost black, but not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the blonde, but I'm digging
It's fun.
that.
And now I know that I can go there if I need to. Like I can go fully blonde and it totally works. But yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of upkeep. It's too expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's like, who can afford to get their hair done like every 2 weeks? It's crazy.
Especially if you have really long hair. That's a lot of hair dye.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no,
so
but
how are you guys? How's everything going with this and your pod or whatever you want to call this TV show?
We just called it, I think we just have it as like our YouTube channel. We wanted to try to call it like a podcast, but when we talked to Allie about it, she was worried that people would get it confused with their Passion Pod.
Right.
So we were like, well, let's just keep it like Passionista Sisters, and it's just the YouTube channel. So it's just we'll just keep it.
I love it. I'm so proud of you guys. Like I was talking to both of you like, months ago, and I can't believe how much you've grown and you're doing your own thing. It's so amazing.
Yeah. We've come a long way from our first live that you were the only one, or not the only one, but you were the first actress that like reached out and was like, you guys are awesome. You guys should do your own thing. And we were like, oh, thanks, Jordan. So, but yeah, we've blossomed a lot. We've grown a lot, and everyone really likes us, and they really like kind of the fan perspective of Passion Flicks and stuff like that.
I think it's such a big element of Passion Flicks. When you join the Passion Flicks family, I mean, I kind of underestimated how much it's a part of Passion Flicks, like the community and the fans. I mean, Tosca was so, she said, like, I listened to the fans. I actually talked to them. But I kind of underestimated how much. And that's such a cool thing to have that much dialogue between, like, the actors and the fans and the authors. And, that's so awesome. Yeah,
we are so very, like, lucky, but we're grateful and blessed to be where we're at, because even still today, when Passion Flicks likes something or Tosca comments on something, we freak out still. We're like, oh my gosh, they still like us. Like, it's great.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. So what's your ultimate goal? What's like, if you could have like any dream come true, especially with like Passion Flicks, like what is your ultimate goal? Let's put it out there. It's think spooky month. We can like kind of
the answer to this one.
We can manifest it.
I know the answer to mine, and
okay, go ahead.
I want I would love for Passion Flicks to make one of my quickies that I submitted to them.
Wow. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Because I made one and I wanted you and Tyler in it. And that's when you were like, oh yeah, I know Tyler. And I'm like, it's because you, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that funny that Tyler and I were in a movie together as boyfriend and girlfriend? Which is so weird. It was like such a little, we had like a little part. I think I had like a cat fight in the movie. Yeah, so we've known each other. I haven't seen him in a long time, but like it's been like a decade or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, small world.
Yeah. No, I know. I think for mine, well, it's kind of like a shared one between Brittany and I. Like, we really want to be on a passion pod and just talk to Allie and Tosca, but like in person, like 20 version. But I think also would just be to hopefully get to meet them before Passion Con, because we're going, but we wanted to get a chance to like meet and converse and just like spread ideas around and stuff like that. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I have a good feeling about it.
Well, we didn't know this, but apparently our names have been tossed around for months prior to us even like blossoming, and we didn't even know that.
So, really? Yeah. I mean, you guys are on my radar, and David's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've heard about it from a couple of people where we're like, oh, they talk about you all the time, and we're just like, wait, what?
Wait, our names?
What?
So awesome. That's like one of the benefits, I guess, of like social media. Like I'm always kind of like critical of social media, and I think there's a lot of negatives, but this is kind of awesome because look how you guys got connected to us, and you know, that's kind of beautiful, I think. Sorry, my dog's eating. If you hear that noise, that really annoying noise in the background, just decided to eat during this.
No, so cute.
I know. We love Mohawk. He's fine.
Yeah, he's a punk. Yeah, it's okay.
You're like, yeah, he's fine, but it's okay. But so we wanted to go ahead and just ask you, obviously, a few questions that some of our followers had for you, and like questions that we had too. So it's just kind of an intermix of the two. So we know that you guys had talked about it on your Passion Pod with David and Tosca and Allie and Lauren and everybody. But have you thought about potentially making a TikTok or trying to do the app at all?
Are they allowed? Didn't they ban TikTok?
So we've been in the news with it, and a U.S. company had bought them out, but until they make final decisions, it's still a thing until November. Right. So after November, we'll know.
I haven't thought about it. I think it would be cool if Passion Flicks had one. And then we could all kind of jump on and do things.
Yeah.
We don't have one, right? Allie didn't make one?
They do.
Oh, they do? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool. I totally
don't have it, but
yeah. I'm open to it, yeah. If people wanted me to get one, I totally would.
Yeah, it's super fun.
It is.
Yeah. Like learning the dances and stuff?
Yeah. It's pretty fun. Brittany and I will spend like hours of like, okay, like should we do this one or should we do this one? Like, which one?
Haley, isn't that kind of how you got involved? Because I remember seeing Allie post your like TikToks, I think.
Yeah.
Right? But they were really cool. They were like saying the lines, and you'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
And, so cool.
Yeah, that took forever to learn how to do. I was like, how do I do this? And then I had to Google so much information of like how to do this. And then I did it, and then it came out awesome. And then, Allie shared it on Passion Flicks, and then it just blew up. Like everyone was like, oh my gosh, this is great. And then I was just like, oh my gosh, I've never gotten this much attention before. I'm like, this is great.
Shortly after yours, it was mine. It was like a week after yours, then they shared mine. And I'm like,
yep.
Wow.
And then that's when it all started.
Well, if I do make one, you guys have to help me because Grandma over here doesn't know the first thing about it.
No, we will help you. We will send you tutorials. We'll figure it out. It'll be great.
Okay, awesome.
We got you.
Google is great with step-by-step instructions.
That's true.
Yes. Yeah. Google is a very nice tool if you don't know how pretty humbling. So
let's see. Another one is so we know that you are an amazing singer, but do you prefer singing or acting?
I feel like you can't really put them in the same category, you know? I think I started out as a singer when I was a kid, so like I obviously feel very connected to it, but I went into acting and I kind of didn't do music for a long time. So I don't know, singing right now is very personal to me.
yeah.
I think, and I'm actually working on an EP right now. So I think like when it's right, I'll maybe come out with something, but right now I feel like acting is my main thing, you know?
Well, you're good at that too, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a journey. I feel like life, and I'm sure you guys get this too, like I don't like to put anything in a box. So like we are always kind of figuring it out. And like as artists, it's kind of like maybe I feel like doing this right now, or maybe I feel like doing that. And kind of how you guys a few months ago, you had no idea where you would be. Like that's the beauty of art. That's the beauty of like creating anything. You don't know. You're just kind of like putting it out there and finding new doors. So I don't really think about it that much. But that being said, I have felt the calling to do music more. That's why I'm trying to learn guitar. And it's like ridiculous, but I'm trying.
You got it. You're never too old to try something new. It's fine.
Totally. I totally agree.
You will need to let us know though, whenever you want to drop your EP so we can listen to it and obviously posing for it. So
for sure. You'll be the first.
Yay. So then I guess like speaking of like acting and such, what actor do you think that you like admire the most or that you kind of look up to the most?
So my favorite actor or actress is Juliette Binoche, the French actress. Do you know who that is?
She sounds familiar.
I'm sure. I think there was like a really popular Johnny Depp movie called Chocolat, or however you say it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's the woman, but she's done a ton of French movies and American movies. But I think that she's just incredible. And I mean, it's hard to top her. She's up there with like Meryl. So I really look up to her. The younger actress, Alicia Vikander. Am I pronouncing that right? Do you know who that is? She's yeah, I think she's great. I think in like my generation, she's kind of like amazing. But I'm always inspired by people. I think it's such a hard job. So I'm always kind of amazed.
By anybody that's just.
It is a hard job. I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring it out. I mean, I think it's, I'm always learning, and I didn't go to acting school or anything. I probably should have. So I'm kind of like learning as I go. Yeah. But I think some people are just like so gifted where you're kind of like, oh my God. Like I just worked on a job and the other actors are actors I've grown up watching. And the first take, I was so thrown by like their presence and how intimidating they were, just with how they're so in it so fast. And, they've actually been playing these characters for years, so they have it in their bodies. But I mean, it's amazing. It's always amazing when you see people that are just so incredible.
Yeah, I can't imagine being able to because Brady and I talked about this, I think, in another interview. I think we talked about it with Celestine, I believe. Yeah. But we talked about how, like, that's how you know that you are really good at acting and you're really good at your job, is not only are you able to portray the character and bring them to life, but you're also able to really just have this deep connection with that character and really understand, like, what they're going through and how to bring that out. Yeah. And to me, I'm like, if you can convey an emotion out of me through film, then you're great.
Yeah. So I agree. Yeah, you always, and I feel like as an actor, I can say that you always have those magic moments or takes when you lose yourself and you're you don't really remember because you were so in it. And I feel like that's kind of the goal. And you can't do it every take. That's impossible. That's why we have takes. But there is that magic that you kind of, all of a sudden, your personality and the character's personality totally enmesh, and you're like, wow, it's like magic. It feels like very magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we really like too. And that's why I really like, I mean, Brittany agrees with this too, is that's why we really have been thankful to find Passion Flicks, because Tosca has found, I mean, yourself included, just found really talented people to just not only bring the character to life, but just really connect that emotion and just really bring it out. And it's just, because these movies, I'm just like, wow, like they can just really just bring this out. Whereas like when I watch other films, then I'm looking at how their techniques are and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, they're not as good as, Jordan, or they're not as good as Celestine, or, whoever. Cause it's like, you have that ability to just really.
Right. Well, I think also with Passion Flicks, we, after we all got the job, we realized how these characters in the books were so important. So you do feel like, okay, I need to like do this as close as I can, to this character. So there is like more pressure. And I feel like with anything, if you play, I once played someone that's real, like a real person that's still alive. And I felt a lot of pressure, like, oh, how am I supposed to portray this? And she wasn't really a nice character, like you feel the weight of that. So yeah, with Passion Flicks, I mean, people were obsessed with Samantha. It was like, oh my God, and when the fans came to set, they were like, you're Samantha. So it's a lot of pressure,
Yeah, you're like, awesome. I'm glad that I can bring this character, but like, holy crap, can I really do it?
And you also can't think about it too much. I think David and I were on the same page that while we read the book loosely prior to shooting, we had the script. So we had to you have to kind of make it your own, and you have to kind of let go a little bit and hope that something comes through. And no, you're not everyone's cup of tea. I mean, I know I've read some horrible things about myself, which also I saw your beautiful post, Haley. Not to bring up something sore, but I want to tell you. No, but I want to tell you, I have seen the most horrendous comments about myself. And I know that getting into this industry, I kind of asked for it. Same with social media. You kind of have these people. But you know what? I think it's kind of send them healing, send them love, and let it go.
Absolutely.
This is the lesson I'm trying to learn. So I'll take advice from you too, because I get very upset by it.
Yeah. And speaking of it, it was just, it happened a couple of months ago too.
And if this is too touchy, we don't need to talk about it.
No, it's completely fine. It's just, the first one didn't hit as much. And so I was like, okay, it's whatever. But then the second one, I think it was because it was like similar situation, a similar age group that happened, and then all this other stuff. So I was like, okay. I was just taken back by it because I was like,
oh wait, your sound. Oh no. Is it me?
Your sound?
Oh wait, hold on. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Wait. Haley?
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I think we're good.
Got it. Sorry.
Momentary lapse in technology.
Internet.
I know.
But anyway, no, I was just confused by it because we have this community of fandom of Passion Flicks and SR and whoever, but the sole base is kindness and supporting one another and all this other stuff. And then you see this, and I'm like, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. But I was like, okay.
Yeah. It's always a little jarring. It always feels very personal, especially when you don't know the person. And it's, the fact that people feel very hateful towards you or can say anything. And I don't know what they said to you, but, I definitely have experienced it. And I think, it doesn't reflect yourself. It's just not personal.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's why I made the video, was to be vulnerable and open and honest, because I've gotten a lot of
I
comments.
loved that. I felt better seeing that, you know? I love it.
Yeah. A lot of people were just like, thank you for being this, because you don't see this all the time. And so
imagine like a world or a community in which you guys are helping create, where we can talk about these things, right? Where we can actually like talk about how we're feeling and upset because someone made a comment, and no matter what line of work you're in, that we can like help each other and be vulnerable together, because that way it kind of takes the shame away. You know, there's that like wonderful Brene Brown documentary. Did you guys watch this? I love her too so much. But she talks about, shame. We have to talk to each other. We have to kind of come out with it. And I think it's super helpful.
Yeah.
No?
And I think that's what the main goal with Brittany and I are too, for our page is, we're showing this fandom and stuff like that, but it's like she and I are real. We're human. We have emotions. We have bad days, and that's okay. And not to look at it as just because you're sad or you're angry. Those aren't negative emotions.
No.
It's just part of life, and we just have to deal with it and be a good support system to get, through it and stuff like that.
Normalize being human, because we're all human, right?
Yes.
I told her to post that video because I said the second that you do, you can take their power away, because they feel like they have power. But the moment that you kind of release them from that, then they don't have that power over what you said.
You're right. Yeah.
But like, post it, girl, post it.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
I was super nervous. My chest was hurting. I was already crying before. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it, and we'll just see how it goes.
Awesome. So proud of you. That was awesome.
Well, thanks. I got a lot of positive feedback from it. So there's
It helps that we're super protected by Allie too.
I know. She's amazing.
Yeah. She was like, who is it? I'll shut them down. And I'm like, here's a link to their
name. What's their name? Send me their profile name. And we're like, okay, Allie.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Here, take it.
She's tough. I love it.
Let's see. Okay. So what are you looking forward to most when the pandemic is
over?
Yeah.
if really, I guess.
Yeah. What am I looking forward to the most? I guess just for, obviously I'm in New York, and while things are kind of getting there, it's sad to me that everything's different, that we can't go in restaurants, and New York is the theater, Broadway is shut down, I'm really just looking forward to New York just kind of coming. I mean, it's still alive, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't believe the people saying it's dead, because it's not. But I do think that, I'm excited for things going to the movies, simple little things,
Yeah.
Going to see my friends play. All my friends are in music, and I love seeing live music. So like seeing music and just all those, pretty little moments that you don't really realize how much we love them until they're gone. And now it's like, oh my God, crazy.
Yeah.
Ours is giving hugs, so we're very huggy.
Oh, me too.
I fist bump people at work or elbow, but I'm like,
I did that the other day.
I just want to hug you though. I'm like, I just want to like it's okay.
I know. It's so weird.
But hopefully one day we'll get to be back to doing that. Hopefully we'll see.
We will. We'll get there. But it's a very strange time. Very, very strange.
Yeah. I'm hoping we'll get some sense of normalcy slowly, eventually.
I know. Even like my sister just had a baby, and I do plan on going to see her, but like, it's like planning everything, and I'll get tested obviously before, and it's a lot. It's like such a to-do. Whereas before I would just jump on a train and just go right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think too, I guess with people having babies during this time, I don't know if it's the same in New York, but I have a friend of mine, she's due in a few weeks, but she can't have anybody around the baby for the first 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, so that their parents can't
Wow.
come or anything. Like it's just her and her husband.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
that's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's the same. Like, I mean,
I
with
don't
your
think
kids,
so because well, my sister actually had a home birth.
Oh, okay.
Crazy. She has 4 kids. So her first 3, she all had in the hospital, 3 boys. And now she finally had her girl. But yeah, she had a home birth and she had a midwife there and my mom was there. But I don't know. She didn't mention that. So I don't know. She's in, did I say this? Virginia. So.
Oh, that might be different than if she had her at home, then that might be different because you're not, the risk of exposure isn't as high because you're at home. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy.
Well, congrats to your sister. We don't know her, but congrats to your sister.
Yeah, I'll send it her way.
Yeah. Tell her that your biggest fans say congratulations.
Okay, I will.
What is your ultimate dream character role that you would like to play?
Oh my gosh. That is such a hard question.
I know, it's tough. Or maybe something simple.
No. Okay, I kind of have some idea. So I kind of, talking about singing, I started out in musical theater. So I do have a kind of dream of playing like, they just did like a Judy Garland movie, like something like that where it's like a movie musical. So it's like old timey or something. And I would love that to play like
I could see you doing that.
I would, that's really my dream.
Yeah, you'd be a good Judy Garland. I could see.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I was thinking like Rosemary Clooney. Like if they did a Rosemary Clooney like biopic, totally.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So I think that's kind of like my ultimate dream.
I could see you doing it. And then once you do it, we'll be like, Jordan, remember that time that you said that you wanted to? Now you're doing it.
Yeah, hey, maybe I'm putting it out there.
Yep.
Putting it out in the universe.
Putting it out into the universe.
That's what's been happening with Brittany and I. When we speak something into the universe, slowly somehow it happens. So
it does. No, I've had many moments where very weird things, you kind of like put it out there and you let it go and it like boomerangs back.
You're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, well, I've told you this before, that how much I love you in 30 Sexy Saint.
Yeah.
And I fully credit you and David and Tosca and everybody for helping me through that horrible time.
Yeah.
But I also know that I wouldn't have been able to write and get forward with writing if it wasn't for you being so nice to me. So I just thought I would say that.
Oh my gosh, thanks, Brittany. That's so sweet.
You're the first one that reached out to me, and I love you for that.
Yeah. Well, I think you're so special, and I think you've been through something that a lot of people haven't, and you've kind of seen those moments are defining moments in our lives when you have come that close to maybe losing everything, right? Mm-hmm. And you have your boys, you have your husband, you have your life. So I just think you're this incredible being and you should do everything you want to do. You've gone through so much. You have so many emotions you can put in your writing.
Oh yeah.
And your scripts, and you have this spectrum of characters within you. So it's your purpose. Do it. You know? Yeah, I'm so proud of you. God, it makes me emotional.
We talked about that in one of our lives, and I was like, Brittany, you need to write. You need to finish. You need to write. And then now she's a published author on Amazon.
I saw. Congratulations. Oh my God.
Thank you.
So crazy.
Everybody wanted to read it because I was talking about Best Date Ever, and I wanted Richard and Celestine to play them because that's who I pictured.
Yeah.
And if I want to read it, I want to read it. So I sat down and I transferred it from script form.
That's hard.
Very hard. Yeah. To descriptive form, what's in my head, which is so hard to do because I write technically. I don't write descriptively.
Yeah.
But I did it.
You did.
Amazing.
You did.
And so are you working on something else now?
I am. People have requested a spicy Christmas story. So I'm working on a spicy Christmas story.
Ooh.
I even FaceTime Haley. I'm like, what's sexy about Christmas? Help me out.
Oh, come on. You can do like
a lot of things.
like a little Santa outfit or something.
I told her.
That's what Haley.
Right?
That's what I told her. I was
Yep.
like,
Gosh.
I had some candy cane striped socks once.
Oh,
Thigh high. You can do a lot of things with this. So
Stockings or something.
yeah. Cute little Santa hat. Christmas tree, fireplace. There's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah. So with both of you, were you like big fans of the romance genre, like before passion flicks?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. How did you get, like, Haley, what is your story with that? Like, you've just